Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Me again. This time I'm having a little bit of a moan. So we'll get straight into it. In the June update, which came a couple of days ago, if you're watching this within a couple of days of it coming out, the Sims team decided that they would do an update on the makeup, which, let's face it, was needed. I don't focus a lot on the makeup and the accessories in this game because they are just awful. Awful! But, you know, there you go. So, I then found out after the update had gone live, because the first thing that I did once I updated the game was I did a build. I didn't actually do any casts or anything. I actually saw it from like other people's videos, that they had done this mini collaboration with MAC Cosmetics, which I imagine they've gone down the MAC route because they would be more of a household name. But personally, to me, were they the best choice? No. No. I think there was like the Machino pack. I know there was a pack, and so obviously there was more to that. But I just feel that it was such a random choice, and I feel like yes, MAC might be in the top 3 global companies for cosmetics, but I don't necessarily think they were the right choice. So, as you can see from the screen, I made 8 Sims, 4 feminine, 4 masculine, to really see the different looks on them. Number 1 criticism: why is this makeup not showing under when you go on to masculine? You have to put the feminine as an option, which it should be on both. The makeup should be on both, hon. That should be a choice. Some of these, you might be able to get semi-decent looks if you used other makeup that was in it. So I wouldn't delete your custom content yet. That's just saying. I personally don't use custom content makeup, but I know it is very, very popular. It's just one critique. That winged eyeliner. It's done in a way that shape does not suit, like IRL, that wing shape only suits certain eye shapes. So if you happen to make your sim that doesn't have that eye shape, your wing don't work. And they haven't even filled in the waterline. I was doing this one, which I believe is the look we're about to do now. I didn't really notice it on the white one, maybe because of the mixture of the colour and the skin tone. But when I was doing it on this one, I decided that I was going to do a blue eyeshadow. I decided to try and pick a look for each one, but the wing is bigger. So I decided to just go for a black wing. Look at that waterline. You couldn't even be bothered to fill that in, because I don't know many, if any, people that wouldn't fill in their waterline with a little bit of pencil. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that deep, I'm aware. But it causes me great offence. Alright? But there you go. Everybody has their loves and passions and stuff and like that away from The Sims and games and stuff like that. And mine is makeup. I spend a lot of time looking at it, buying it, watching videos about it. So, that does come down to why I was shocked about the MAC thing. Like, for those of you who don't know anything about MAC or cosmetics in general, MAC was founded in the 80s. It's a Canadian company. They are, as I said, a global brand by this point. They started out because a fashion photographer and I believe he was maybe a makeup artist at the time, one of the geezers. There was 2 founders. They felt that the makeup that was available in their industry at the time, back in the early 80s, wasn't good, and they couldn't get the photos that they wanted or the looks they wanted, etc. So they created the company. It was meant to be for professionals, but they sold to, everyday people. They obviously have stores all over the world. They claim to be cruelty-free, but they sell in China, which means that they allow their products to be tested on animals. Everybody has their own opinions on that. To me, I only buy cruelty-free. That's personal preference. I don't understand how you can be comfortable with anything different, but there we go. They also do have the Mac AIDS Foundation, which is a foundation that they set up. They have a range called the Viva Glam range, which you may have heard of if you've ever watched RuPaul's Drag Race or anything along those lines. It's a line of lip products that the 100% of the profits from that go to their AIDS Foundation, which then goes on to support men, women and children who are affected by AIDS. They also go into a lot to breaking down the stigma around AIDS and HIV, and obviously breaking down the differences, obviously stuff like that. I don't know what I'm trying to say. They try and obviously link the between poverty and that, and obviously raise people out of poverty, etc., etc. Which you can't knock them for. That's But I'm still surprised. I thought there could be other companies, but You might be watching now. I'm on my first masculine sim, and I have to keep changing the option. Barely any of the swatches work on his skin tone. Nothing looked good. I was getting really frustrated because I kept having to click the feminine option. Like, is that option there because obviously they don't want random towny men walking around with makeup on? Because that wouldn't bother me. I'd much rather they be walking around with makeup on than socks and sandals and that bloody eye ring. I feel like I'm making a mountain out of a molehill about this situation, but it's a little thing. And as I say, this is created... Sims know better. The team know better, and they need to do better when it comes to the skin tones in this. You want people to be able to play the game to how they want to play it, and whether they like to admit it or not. A lot of Sims players like to just do everyday family Sims. They like to make a Sim, they like to make it look good, and they like to play that Sim, sending it to work, getting it in relationships, doing this, that and the other, and you want them to look good. People have the right to create themselves in a simulation game. How are they expected to do that if you cannot represent them because you cannot put in decent skin tones that match everybody? You cannot give in a good amount of hairstyles or anything like that show everybody. Like, don't get me wrong, they are getting better, but we're now 5 years into this game. You shouldn't now just be turning around and going, oh, people have been asking for edges, so here's edges. They should have always been there. And I thought that was coming in this update. Maybe it's coming in with Eco Living, but I personally thought they would add in some hairstyles in the base game with that. Like, so some of the textured hairstyles on this are absolutely lovely. But in my opinion, and I might be wrong, and this might be coming from, let me know, they are a tiny bit whitewashed. Because they can't just go, here's a hairstyle for a person of colour. There you go. They have to go, here's a hairstyle that everybody can use. And bothersome to me. Bothersome. But tell me what you think in the comments and stuff. Tell me, do you like it? Do you not like it? You're not bothered? Are you going to carry on using your CC if you've already got it? You're not? Actually, watching this man, I've just watched one of them flick past. The lipsticks on this. Why can they not make a nude for every skin tone? Why have we got the same lipstick like 3 or 4 times in the same shades with various degree of shininess? The lip glosses in this are the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, you can get for... I don't know if this is a bit of a niche thing, but you can get these like lip masks, and they're like basically like jelly textured masks, and you put them over your lips and they're to moisturise your lips and, you know, stuff like that. That's what the lip glosses look like. They're not that shiny. Check yourself. This is why I literally never put makeup on my Sims, because the aggravation is not worth it. But yeah, we'll leave it there, because I'm getting irate about something that doesn't need to be gotten irate about. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, all of that stuff. All my socials and that are in the description, along with still the link which will remain there for the Black Lives Matters movement. Go on it, donate, sign petitions, educate yourself, because I've noticed over the last few days some of the people seem to have slowed down for some reason, and we don't be needing that. But thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry if I've made a situation out of nothing, but sometimes you just feel passionately about things. And I hope to see you all in the next one. The day this is going out, which will be Friday the 5th of June, which, if you are joining me, is the day that Eco Lifestyle comes out. I normally only upload Monday to Friday, but I will be uploading things over the weekend. And then you best join me for my first ever Rags to Riches. It'll only be a mini series. I'm going to see how far I can get just doing it in 5 parts. To come out all next week. Hopefully it will show some of the gameplay as well, and a lot of the new updates, because I haven't been able to really play the game as of yet. But there you go. I managed to waffle on at you for a whole 12 minutes. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.